A very good morning to you and welcome to Prime Media Studios. This is the newspaper review for the 18th of July 2023 on Prime Media. My name is Moses. First, we'll begin with the Vanguard. The top news there, the opening story says anger as petrol price hits 568 naira per litre in Lagos and 617 naira in Abuja and other states. Anger, frustration, and despondency were the situation, you understand, of the day as people that woke up, we all woke up with a new stake in price, hike in price from 568 naira to a whooping sum of 617 naira. What is happening to this country? What is really happening? And some people are even saying that we should bear with the president, that he knows what he's doing and he is going to perform perfectly well. But when the order of the day is suffering, is pain, is hunger, is anger, is depression, is frustration, is joblessness, is idleness, everyone would get into crime. You understand? We need to talk to the government to please look into this price and make sure that it is okay for the normal average citizen. You are hiking price of petrol, whereas the minimum wage still remains at 40,000 or even 30,000. It is really, really worrisome. It is an eyesore. It is illegal. We should be able to make people comfortable first before we start hiking prices, before we start hiking taxes and all of those stuff. Please, the president and your aide, please look into this ASAP so that we don't run into depression. We don't run into frustration. We don't run into anarchy. We don't run into, burning and looting of shops and all of those things. Please, I beseech the government to do something about this. And that's that about petrol. Subsidy removal. On subsidy removal, it says Tinubu orders review of proposed 8,000 naira cash transfer. He said that they should review that 8,000 naira cash transfer, is intending to increase it. But even if it's going to increase it to a certain sum of amount, let's say 20,000 naira a month, would it still be enough for the average man? No. The answer is no. It won't be enough for the average man. A man that has a wife and 2 kids and work in a place that is paid 30,000 naira a month, and you add that 20,000 naira, won't be enough. The transportation going, the school fees of the child, the feeding of the 3 members of the family, how would that go a long way? And even if you increase it to 50,000 naira, how are we sure that this thing will get to the people that it is intended for? How are we sure that it will get to the common man? How are we sure that it is not being hoarded and looted and even given to other people? We should take these things into consideration. If you are going to set up a panel to make sure that the funds, the transfer of the funds get to the appropriate quarters, then do so. But in Nigeria, where I know that things do not go the way as planned, they just say that for the media and go behind and do what they want to do. President Tinubu, you're a man of your word. You are a man of your word. Like they say, you're a man of timber and caliber. You are a man that built the economy of Lagos as record shows. Please do so for Nigerians so that Nigeria will be great again. People have lost hope. Everyone is scattered here and there. Everyone is running away. Everyone is angry. Everyone is depressed and frustrated. We really do not know what to do. It is in your power to make sure that this country is great again. And with our support, we want to tell you that if you do the right thing, then we'll all live in peace and in harmony. Please, President Tinubu, and please, we are begging. We are really begging. Underneath that news, it says 32-year-old drug addict strangles mother to death in Ogun State. A 32-year-old drug addict strangles mother to death in Ogun State. You see why we say that we should stay away from illicit drugs? You see why everyone, the doctor, the health care facility is saying that please stay away from hard drugs. It is pertinent that you understand what this thing, all of these drugs, Colorado, marijuana, that's cannabis, and all of those stuff. Let us stop it. Stop the use of illicit drugs. Stop drug abuse. It is very important that we understand what these drugs does to us. If it's not diagnosed or directed or prescribed by our doctors, then we don't have any business with it. Now the drug addicts now, it has cost the life of the mother. The woman, the poor woman, has been struggling to help you. You are now 32 years old, and see what you are doing. See what you did. You ended the woman's life just like that. Please and please, let us stay away from drugs. Illicit drugs, stay away from it. It is very dangerous to the health. It can destroy you. It can destroy anyone around you. Please. And on the entertainment scene, it says, how Fela sought to marry me, Onyeka Onwenu. How Fela sought to marry me, says Onyeka Onwenu. Bakara's victory is a demonstration of the Urhobo spirit. Daffy Noni. Bakara's victory is a demonstration of the Urhobo spirit. A news following that says Benjamin Mendy signs for Lorient days after being cleared of rape. That's on sports. Benjamin Mendy signs for Lorient days after being cleared of rape. Adamawa Rec, that's a news on Adamawa Rec. Court rejects extending order stopping prosecution of Yunusa Ari. Court rejects extending order stopping prosecution of Yunusa Ari. Fuel price hike. Federal government is sensitive to plight of Nigerians, says CUPP. Federal government is insensitive to plight of Nigerians, says CUPP. And I would say it is the truth. When the government is insensitive, when the government is not even concerned about the well-being of the citizens, when the government is just, they will survive with anything we give to them. That is what happens. They are insensitive of the plight of Nigerians. They are insensitive of we paying huge transportation to work. They are insensitive of the foodstuff price hike. They are insensitive of the fuel price hike. They are insensitive of the poor state of Nigerians. They are insensitive of the silly minimum wage of the social workers. They are insensitive. I don't blame CUPP because everyone is in pandemonium. This country is shaken. We need to put its pillars back for it to stand erect. And as you that is the president and commander-in-chief of the armed forces, if you don't take precaution, if you don't take steps once at a time, if you don't take brilliant steps to make sure that we do not make this country fall, I'm sorry, it will fall. It will fall. So please, let us take these steps to make sure we build a greater and very unifying country. And that's it on Vanguard. Let us now move on to Punch. The big story there says NLC and TUC lambast Tinubu as fuel hits 630 naira per litre. Sean negotiation. TUC and NLC, that is the National Labour Congress, and the TUC lambast Tinubu as fuel hits 630 naira per litre, and they also shown negotiation. Over there, you see on Japa case, it says over 137 students sponsored abroad absconded. That's Tet Fund. They won't want to come back. Tell me, sponsoring of 137 students abroad. They see the deplorable state of the country. Will you yourself, you as the Director General or Chairman of Tet Fund, come back to Nigeria? No, you won't. He wouldn't dare to come back to Nigeria because the state of Nigeria is appalling. It's very appalling. You won't blame them if they don't come back. You won't. Now, the news following that also says federal government to sanction trade associations over food price hike. You cannot blame them, sir. You cannot blame them. They are there. Things have increased. Fuel price has increased. These people pay huge taxes. What do you think will happen to their goods? Do you want them to keep on selling the way they are selling and lose? What is the essence of business? Profit. So you can't blame them. How to stop online violence against children and women, says group. How to stop online violence against children and women, says group. Reps to probe MDA's appointment under Buhari. Reps to probe MDA's appointment under Buhari. Over 700 France rioters sentenced to prison. Over 700 France rioters sentenced to prison, says minister. North, Central, South, West ex-governors may replace Adamu and Omisore. North, Central, South, West ex-governors may replace Adamu and Omisore. Tinubu backtracks, reviews proposed 8,000 cash palliative. Tinubu backtracks, reviews proposed 8,000 naira cash palliative. Military threatening to demolish 5,000 houses, Ogun communities tell assembly. Military threatening to demolish 5,000 houses, Ogun communities tell assembly. Bank ordered to pay Honeywell 72 billion naira. Bank ordered to pay Honeywell 72 billion naira. Hurdles world record holder Amusan charged with anti-doping violation. Amusan charged with anti-doping violation. That's all of that you can find on Punch. You could read all of that on their website or go to their Metro store to get one of their papers to read the details. Now let us move on to the nation. Justin, Toby Amusan charged for missing dope tests. Toby Amusan charged for missing dope tests. Reigning world champion and world record holder in the women's 100-meter hurdles event, Toby Amusan has been charged by the World Athletics Integrity Unity AIU of rule violation for allegedly missing dope tests. You can find that on The Nation. Tinubu orders release of grains to 50 million farmers and others. You can also find that on The Nation. Market forces driving price of petrol, says Kyari. Tinubu and challenge of restructuring. This is on Senate's House to probe NNPCL, NDDC, and others. Senate House to probe NNPCL, NDDC, and others. All of that you can find on The Nation newspaper. Let us now move on to channels. Petrol marketers explain instant price adjustment to over 600 naira per liter. Petrol marketers explain instant price adjustment to over 600 naira per liter. You can also find that on channels. FRC to appeal ruling banning officials from state, Lagos roads. FRC to appeal ruling banning officials from state local government roads. AIU provisionally suspends Toby Amusan for 3 whereabout failures. Toby Amusan suspended for 3 whereabout failures. Tinubu bows to pressure, orders review of 8,000 naira palliative. You could find that on Channels Television News, online or offline. Let us now move on to The Sun newspaper. Anger, agony as petrol price rises to 617 naira. Anger and agony as petrol price rises to 617 naira. Troops nab suspected drug syndicate with 397 wraps of Indian hemp. Troops nab suspended drug syndicate with 397 wraps of Indian hemp. Madam Fumilayo Akinola for burial July 21st in Ekiti. Madam Fumilayo Akinola for burial July 21st in Ekiti. NHIA makes case for health insurance for retirees, others in Edo State. And also Dogara laments hostile takeover of National State House of Assembly by President and Governors. Third Fund, 2.3 billion naira not missing, Executive Secretary says. 2.3 billion naira not missing, says Executive Secretary. That's for Sun Nigeria. Let us now move on to the Daily Trust for more headlines. The big story that says Senate may get ministerial list today. Senate rather may get ministerial list today, barring any last-minute change of decision. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will today send the list of his ministerial nominees to the Senate for screening. Toby Amuso charged with anti-doping violation. Petrol at 617 naira per litre. Federal government on path to dictatorship will resort to self-help, says NLC. Governor Yahaya urges Muslims to pray for bumper harvest, peace, and unity. Islamic New Year, Kano, Oshun, Sokoto declare work-free day. Oshola, 5 other players to watch at FIFA Women's World Cup. Senate may get ministerial list today. That's the top story there. Reps want passengers' BP blood sugar checked at airport. Reps want passengers' BP and blood sugar checked at airports. And that's on that about that for that Daily Trust. And this is where we've come to close for the newspaper review for this morning, being the 18th of July 2023. Join us in the next hour for the details and the big story. My name is Moses. This is Prime Media, and goodbye.